What's up, squeegee slingers and water-fed pole wiggling wagglers, and welcome back to the Tradman YouTube channel. Today we're talking about how to be the fastest window cleaner you possibly can be. Stay tuned. Okay then folks, so yes, the first tip we're going to give you today is make sure your main tools are accessible easily. There is no point in having your main tools tucked away around here or around there. The amount of times I've seen window cleaners with their bucket on a belt tucked away round behind their hip and they're having to twist to get it. So make sure your hands should be able just to relaxed, be able to grab your tools without much effort at all. That's tip number one, make those tools easy to access. Tip number two, stop using one hand. Do you ever see a boxer going into a ring with one hand? Do you ever see somebody trying to drive a racing car with one hand? No, they have two hands, they use both hands. So why not in window cleaning? Why are people just using one hand? Is it just out of habit? Goodness knows why. So all too often I see window cleaners doing this. One hand, one hand. Everything is with one hand. What this hand's doing while this is working, I do not know, but a lot of people do this. And that's how they've always cleaned windows, my father included. What's up, Tradad? Sorry about that. But yes, stop using one hand. It increases wear and tear on that one hand, and you've got another hand who's sitting around waiting to do something. So even if you're going to have one bucket on a belt, make sure you've got it set up so that you can grab two tools at the same time and use two hands, folks. Distribute that work evenly between two hands. Soap up, squeegee, that will increase the speed that you work and decrease the wear and tear on your hands and wrists. So tip number two, use two hands. Now, tip number three is more of an optional one, but I would highly recommend that if you do a fair amount of traditional window cleaning, to use two buckets on a belt. Now, the reason being is it's nice and easy to access your tools. If I have my applicator always in just one bucket on a belt, all day you're constantly going to be turning and grabbing those tools. Now, especially up a ladder as well, it's much safer to not have to twist round and grab tools. It's much easier to grab two tools at the same time, one on each side. Left hand grabs the applicator, right hand grabs the squeegee, or if you prefer it the other way around, go for it. But this is the easiest way to work, is to have two buckets on a belt. And the other advantage to having two of them is that your squeegee bucket on a belt does not collect that massive amount of suds in the bottom of the bucket, and then you do not get loads of suds trapped in your squeegee. It's just for squeegees. Whereas this one for your applicator, you can keep lots of nice soapy suds in there, give it a shake, and then it's ready to go once again. So tip number three, have two buckets on a belt. Tip number four is to carry the tools that you need on you if possible. A lot of time is wasted when people are leaving things that they could have taken with them. They're leaving it in the truck or the car, or even at the bucket, which is located halfway around the other side of the building. Keep the tools that you need on you. So I have things like soap, I have brush, little clips for holding cloths onto poles, bronze, wool, scrapers, you name it, I've got it all here to hand. So when I need it and if I need it, everything is here. So that is tip number four, carry those main things with you at all times. Tip number five, folks, is to use the most efficient tools you possibly can. Now, I appreciate when people are first starting out window cleaning, you may not be able to get the best and most expensive possibly tools that are out there, but as time goes on and your company develops, I would encourage you to get the most professional and efficient tools you can. Now, my personal preference is this tool here. Now, the reason being is it's the only tool currently on the market that can achieve zero detailing, which very quickly just means that there's no solution left on the edges of the glass because of these blue clips. So basically, after squeegeeing the window down, I'm only having to clean up the sill at the end. This tool also allows me to change angles, have it in swivel or fixed mode. So a very highly efficient tool. So for me, using those tools, whether it's in the hand or on a pole, means that I can be fast, I can be efficient, and I can be clean. pun intended, that I can actually get those windows looking absolutely perfect in the shortest amount of time possible without having to mess around putting cloths on the end of poles and wiping up window frames and such like. Use the best tools that you can get that is out there on the market just now. So there we go, folks. Hopefully those tips have been useful to you and it'll help you set up your traditional gear in a way that suits you, but it also makes you efficient and fast. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the actual techniques on the windows to make sure you are as fast as you possibly can be. Thank you very much. Take care. Be good. Bye for now.